PathMonk is the intelligent tool for website lead generation. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully show your value proposition and support visitors in their buying journey separates you from the competition online. PathMonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50%. Add PathMonk to your website in seconds. Let the AI do all the work and get access to 50% more qualified leads while you keep doing marketing and sales as usual. Check us on pathmonk.com. Welcome to today's episode. Let's talk about today's guest. We have Jim. How you doing today, Jim?
Well, how are you, Ernesto? I hope you had a good Christmas.
Thank you so much for asking. I did spend it with the family. Hope you had the same.
Good.
Awesome, great. And let's talk about, what we're here for, and for our listeners to get a good understanding of what Part Excellence is all about. In your own words, can you tell us a little bit more?
Yeah, we play within the med tech space in the healthcare segment and specific to inventory management. We automate inventory for modern healthcare and specifically hospitals.
Okay, awesome, great.
There's a lot more to it than that, but in a world of very complex supply chain, global supply disruptions, back orders, substitutions, labor challenges, automating supply chain is a big benefit for today's healthcare.
Definitely. And so that everyone that is listening can get a good understanding of your company, then what are some problems that you solve for clients?
Yes, high level, reduce their dependence on labor, improve order accuracy, reduce inventory levels without compromising availability. Overall, it's really basic elementary functions. Think about hospital supply chain in the context of Maslow's hierarchy. There's 4 primary functions that have to occur before they can get to those functions that enable them to truly be proactive, right? The first one is inventory, right? Daily cycle count. Second one is reordering and replenishment. The third is receiving, right? Capturing the product as it comes in. And the fourth is stocking or put away, right? If we automate the first 2 of that 4, that gives the hospital supply chain team more time to focus proactively on the other elements in the supply chain's day-to-day duties, right? At the end of the day, they're looking to have the greatest impact for the clinical teams as they care for the patients.
All right, perfect. Then who do you guys focus on as your client? So your segment would just be anyone in the health industry, specifically.
We typically focus on hospitals.
Hospitals. Okay, perfect.
Right.
Awesome.
You might find from time to time surgery centers or freestanding emergency departments, right, as common in larger metropolitan markets. Time to time, the clinical office area, right, MOBs, but the majority of the time it is inpatient acute care hospital.
Okay, perfect. And as far as to get those hospitals, get their business, what would you say is a top client acquisition channel for you guys?
Right now, it seems to be referrals.
Okay. Referrals. And I am here on the website, partexcellence.com. What role does the website play for your client acquisition?
We get leads through that. We combine our digital marketing efforts with LinkedIn, right, and our website, and we marry that with our CRM.
Right, perfect. That's good. That's great to hear. Now, let's switch gears a little bit, Jim, and talk about you as a leader. You being the VP Sales and Marketing there for Part Excellence. What key tasks do you focus on your day-to-day work?
That's a big question, right? I think if you really look at it, it probably comes down to 3 buckets. Number 1 is you got to have the right players on it. Obviously, people, hiring, training, development. That's the biggest bucket, right? You know, spending your time with your best players, helping your best players perform even better, making sure you've got the right people, right? The second thing I think I really focus on is the day-to-day execution, whether it's monthly, quarterly, annual. End of the day, you gotta deliver. So whether it's driving top line, whether it's building pipelines, whether it's marketing campaigns, it's all those things that go into executing the day-to-day, monthly.
Definitely
And
important.
ultimately, at the end of the day, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely important, right? It's a team effort, and well, I mean, you got to manage two things, right? Marketing and sales, and it could always be a fine line, you know, of hey, you're not doing this or you're not doing that. So you always got to have yourself that balance of communicating with two
Right.
departments at the same time.
Yeah, and
Awesome.
I think the third thing is the culture, right? You know, people want to work in a place that's fun, that leads to their development, helps make them better with people of like-minded values and beliefs in a cause that they believe in, right? So how do you build a thriving culture that recognizes performance, that provides autonomy, that gives folks the ability to have creative input and control their own destiny with a chance to live in a, you know, risk-reward environment where they're winning? You know, so at the end of the day, people, performance, culture, those are the three things I focus on.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. And let's jump into our following section. It's our rapid fire round questions. You ready for them, Jim?
Go.
All right. First off, what is the last book that you read?
Oh, I'm reading it right now called Back Channel by Bill Burns.
All right, interesting read. Now, what is one single thing that Par Excellence is focused on at the moment the most?
Really selling our differentiated technology, right? We pioneered this 15 years ago. We've been around 30 years. We use a scale and software to replace day-to-day inventory, cycle counting, and replenishment, right? And how you position that, how you sell that is the challenge, right? Nobody else sells that technology. Nobody else does it the way we do. Most expensive solution in the market also has the biggest ROI. Big challenge.
Definitely.
Next question.
Now, if there would be no boundaries in technology, Jim, what would be that one thing that you want to have fixed for your role as a marketer today?
No boundaries in technology. I'd love to see who's planning to buy next year.
All right. I think every marketer's dream, right? Well, now, if there was one repetitive task that you could automate, what would that be?
I don't know. You know, the reality is that so much of our world has been automated, right? The way we communicate, the way we propose a deal, the way we track a deal, whether it's CRM, various software platforms. You know, I guess for you guys, you know, I think the right answer is probably something like prospecting, but no two clients in our industry are the same, and therein lies the challenge, right? There's an old adage, if you've been in one hospital, congrats, you've been in one hospital. But there's 6,000 of them. And yeah, well, they take care of sick people and they make them better. How they do it, their workflow, their processes, and a few other things, including IT platforms, risk profiles, budgets, leadership philosophy, all that varies, and it creates so many different permutations. I can't automate that right now, right? And truth of the matter is that I think about it more like a continuum. If you look at hospital supply chains today, there's really only two buckets. Those who have automated or are in the process of automating, and those who have not yet but will be. There's only two buckets. So the question begs is not, are they interested in buying, but where are they on that continuum?
Definitely. That's important. And well, lastly, Jim, I know you have a lot of experience already in the health industry, but marketing as well. But what is one piece of advice that you would give yourself if you were to restart your journey as a marketer today?
Don't hire in your own likeness.
Oh, interesting. All right, great advice. Well, Jim, thanks a lot for being on the show with us today. I do want to give you the last word. If someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is that one thing they should remember about Par Excellence?
We automate supply chains. Real
Awesome.
simple. We automate supply chain, right? Thanks for your time, Ernesto.
No,
Appreciate
thank you.
it.
For our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you're looking to automate in your hospital, you could always check them out at parexcellence.com. Thank you so much for tuning in and looking forward to our next episode at Pathmark Presents.